Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate agent Tim Dahl of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices based out of Montecito, California. Tim, with over 30 years experience as a luxury home specialist and active real estate investor in California and Nevada, consistently ranks in the top 1 to 2% of some 66,000 Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices agents nationwide. Serving Montecito, Hope Ranch, Santa Barbara, and holder of a Transnational Referral Certification, the TRC, he has access to a global network of 2 million agents. He's able to connect his clients with proven professional resources such as CPA Attorneys. He devotes his time and knowledge to serving as a mentor, and he tends to handle a lot of off-market transactions as many clientele of wealth and celebrities prefer to remain under the radar. He doesn't hang awards on his office wall as he feels his reward comes after he does his job and the customer is satisfied. The referrals are his reward. All right, with all that said, Tim, welcome to the show.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Tim, if we could start for our listeners, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you always knew you wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into it?
Well, good question. Actually, I'm from a small town, Sebastopol, in Northern California, and I came down to Southern California, the Santa Barbara area, in search of actually the entertainment business, probably like a lot of people have. But, that was fun, had some degree of success with that. However, as many do, I woke up one day and thought, hey, I better get a career. So, I love people, love, helping other people, and also I am an investor of real estate. So it just sort of, became kind of a natural fit, I guess.
Excellent. And could you talk a little bit about some of the personal attributes, traits, or qualities you think have most contributed to the success that you've had in real estate?
Yeah, well, I've been doing this, a long time, and, I think really, I really enjoy life. I'm not afraid to enjoy it. And, some of the attributes being that, I'm not afraid to laugh at myself, but, when the game is on, I'll show up and I'll play. I can be trusted, and, I think me and my team, we deliver a real honest message. I often refer, to my father, who he said he could always do a deal on a handshake. And, unfortunately, that doesn't really work so well nowadays. But, those are ideals, that have, basically have followed me, my whole life. And I carry that, ideology, if you will, through my career.
And do you think you could give our listeners an example of when these traits have played a role in your path towards success?
Let me put it this way. When we're dealing with, a customer's investment, they have to be able to trust you. And that's a great deal part of our business. I have, a highly trained, skilled staff, that's created some of, probably the best marketing support that you can get in real estate. And, we're here to help you. You can trust us. But above, everything else, we want to earn your respect and your referrals.
Excellent. And Tim, I think whenever, people have success, usually getting there is not always a smooth path to get there. There's bumps in the road and trials along the way. So can you talk a little bit about some of the adversities or trials that you had to overcome in order to achieve your goals?
Well, kind of going back to what I just said, we're dealing with a lot of people's, big investment here. And they, you have to build trust, confidence, with the public. So, people are really educated today, and, they want that honesty. So I think it's really important to understand that the client in my business is really the decision maker. It's not the realtor, So we like to, demonstrate to our customer that it's not the quantity that we sell, but it's, the quality in which we conduct our business.
And I guess, Tim, as you, as an obstacle comes up, as you hit that bump in the road, why don't you give up what you're driving for?
Well, giving up really isn't much of a choice, really. Let me answer it simply. This is how we put food on our family's plates, so there really isn't a choice. Giving up isn't in the vocabulary.
Excellent. And I guess, Tim, kind of looking forward, obviously you've had a long career, but maybe looking forward over the next 3 to 5 years, what do you see as your vision for the business over the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I'll tell you, that's a good question as well. I'm a mentor with Berkshire Hathaway, and the reason I am is I really love helping people. So I will continue to help others and do whatever I can do to help make our industry better and more trusted. But also I'll continue to invest in real estate myself, and I've learned to take time out to enjoy life and things that it has to offer.
And what do you feel is the best way that you actually market yourself as a real estate professional so that you can have continual, sustained growth?
Yeah, well, with the team that I have, technology growth is, probably very paramount right now. People are sophisticated. They use the internet for a great deal of information. And, in our platforms, we may have created, I don't know, maybe some of the best in, the real estate business today. We just undergone a major overhaul in the way we do marketing and for people to access that. They're all very easy to use. They're all free to use, I might add. I actually have other realtors in the community that have used my sites and have complimented me on it. So, having said that, I'll continue to make direct contact with customers because there's nothing better than that personal contact. But I think we'll supply them with a good, source of information for them, resources for them to use.
And I think, Tim, sometimes the general public has a perception of real estate agents. I don't think sometimes they understand the full value of everything that you do and you bring to the table, either for a buyer or a seller. What do you think the biggest misconception or myth people have about working with a real estate agent?
Yeah, you kind of hinted to it already, just in just the question. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I kind of chuckle at this because probably sometimes a lot of people think we get, paid too much. But, in so much that, deals can, happen very quickly for us. And it sort of looks as though that it just comes easy and, we're making this big chunk of money. But, more often than not, it takes a lot of time to sell properties nowadays. And that time, costs us money. I guess the way to look at it is the financial clock is always ticking for a realtor. So, whether we're doing deals or not, it is always costing us money. So I think there's a little bit of misconception out there in that regard. And there's probably a few other ones, but that's one of them.
Tim, let's say you get a call from a family member or a friend, and they're in another state, and they want to sell their home. Now, obviously, with your connections and experience and, Berkshire Hathaway behind you could probably easily look up an agent or do a referral for somebody. But from a general advice standpoint, what would you tell somebody, what advice would you give them about selecting an agent that could best serve their needs?
This happens quite often, actually. Again, as long as I've been doing this business, I'm globally connected, and I do get a lot of people that I've met either through social media or family or whatnot asking me for my opinion. And basically what I would really suggest that they do is that they interview, like at least 3 agents and find out how, they typically market homes, but more specifically maybe how they're going to market their particular property. It's important. I would say, look, it's important that you feel comfortable with this person, this agent that you're going to work with. They're going to be in your home, and you need to trust them. Again, I would tell them, look, don't get caught up in the hype that they've sold more properties than anybody else, okay? I would find out, what are you going to do for me? Not what you've done for everybody else so much. But, again, I guess the bottom line is, it's the quality, not the quantity that's making us successful. And I think if they'll interview like at least 3 agents, they'll find that relationship will really be worth its time.
Excellent. Now, Tim, obviously based out of the Montecito, Santa Barbara, California area, and if somebody's looking for real estate services or an agent in that general area, what's the best way they can find out more information about you and how you can help them?
Well, our community is not that big, but so I'd say after being in this business, for over 30 years, I'm pretty easy to find. However, I invite people to visit my website, which is Tim Dahl, D-A-H-L, timdahl.com. I think it's probably the most informative and easy site to use out there. And, it translates into 36 different languages. And, of course, you can always just call on us at any time, 805-565-4032. And we have a lot of useful tools. All of them are free. They're all for you, a consumer, and they're free today, and they're free forever. So, yeah, please give us a call anytime.
Excellent. Well, Tim, obviously we want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come here today and share all your professional real estate experience with all of our listeners. And if you're listening and you want to learn more about Tim, obviously you can go to his website, like he said, also below this interview. We'll have a link to his website and any other contact information we have for Tim so that you can see if you guys would be a good fit to work together. So with all that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.